Now we will discuss of the macromolecules, that is protein. The term was given by Berzelius. He was the one who suggested this name protein. The molecular study was done by Mulder. The protein are also termed as polypeptide. Now polypeptide derived from two words. Poly means many, peptide means peptide bond. So it is a large molecule. Molecular weight is more and it is made up of many amino acid. Now this big polypeptide or proteins, if a protein is made up of only one polypeptide, then it is known as monomeric protein. It is made up of only one polypeptide, means it called monomeric protein. Example of this monomeric protein, lysozyme. The bacterial enzyme, it is found in saliva and tears, etc. Another example is myoglobin, the protein globin part which is presented in myoglobin pigment. If protein is made up of many polypeptide chain, then we will call it multimeric protein. Example, hemoglobin. The globin protein part have 2 alpha chain and 2 beta chain. That means it is made up of 4 polypeptide chain. Another example, insulin. It is made up of 2 chain. One is A or alpha chain and another is beta or B chain. That means it is made up of 2 polypeptide chain. Then that functional insulin, proinsulin, have 3 chain A, B, C. So the idea is how many polypeptide chain make up the protein. This is one way of classification of protein. One more important and interesting classification of protein, which are called first class protein and also known as complete protein, which have all essential and non-essential amino acid. So if protein is all, then that protein would be considered as first class protein or complete protein. Here example, the animal protein like what we get from meat, fish, all complete protein. The second class protein are termed as incomplete protein. That means absence of some essential amino acid. It obtained from all plant and vegetable protein. The second class protein, that's why when we are in vegetarian, we have to combine with various type of protein source so that our requirement of all amino acid is fulfilled. And now we will talk about the protein formation, that is how the primary structure is formed and the primary changes into secondary, tertiary and quaternary structure. Classify based on the structure. The first or simplest structure, which is formed by formation of peptide bond, is primary structure. So what actually is there is a primary structure, amino acid joined by formation of peptide bond. So this is just a linear chain, amino acid joined by peptide bond. This one is linear and only peptide bond which is responsible for formation of primary structure, only peptide bond. Another important thing about this primary protein, there are normally non-functional except insulin. Insulin is a primary protein but it specifically functional one. Insulin is primary structure protein but specifically functional, otherwise all other primary protein are non-functional. Secondary structure which is formed after primary structure, that is known as secondary protein. It is formed due to the formation of hydrogen bond. Suppose the primary one is the long chain amino acid and two amino acid they make hydrogen bond with each other. Now they make hydrogen bond, they come closer. First one is this dot is amino acid sequence. This dot is amino acid sequence. Here that hydrogen bond will join the two amino acid. So they make hydrogen bond. Because of this hydrogen bond, two amino acid come closer. Because of that 3D structure, that helical structure will form. This is known as alpha helix. Hydrogen bond formed between two amino acid sequence in the same chain means alpha helix. Hydrogen bond formation between two amino acid sequence in two different chain means beta amino acid, that means beta belated structure. This one alpha helix presented in keratin, which is found in hair, nail, horn, etc. Beta belated is found in silk fiber. Now coming to tertiary structure, here three polypeptide chain, they come closer. There are three chain which are together. Because of this complicated structure, what will happen? The amino acid come closer to each other, they have their functional group. For example, we can take any example, the substances which come and bind here should be able to make bind with OH or NH2. That means it is a specific site with specific substances can attach. That means tertiary are specifically functional. Examples, enzymes. Enzymes are tertiary protein. Here what are the bond? Will come means peptide bond, hydrogen bond, ionic bond, disulfide bond. Fourth one is quaternary structure, even more complicated. They have 4 polypeptide chain. There are also specifically functional. Example, hemoglobin. It have 2 alpha and 2 beta chain. Totally it have 4 chain together joined. Here also bond formation involved in quaternary structure, peptide, hydrogen, ionic and a disulfide bond presented here. Next category of classification based on their composition. First one is simple protein. The protein is made up of only amino acid, is called simple protein. Example of simple protein can be albumin. This category, under this we will write various albumin. Ova albumin, it is presented in egg. Lact albumin presented in milk. So simple protein example, albumin, Under this category, ovoalbumin presented in egg, lactalbumin presented in milk. All these albumin, there are simple protein. Second example of protein, conjugated protein. When a protein is made up of protein and something which is non-protein part, that would be called conjugated protein, protein part and non-protein part. On the basis of this non-protein, we would given the name that particular protein. For example, protein combined with nucleic acid like DNA or RNA. Such a protein would be called nucleoprotein. Protein combined to phosphoric acid, we would called phosphoprotein, that is milk protein. Protein combined with a mucopolysaccharide, it will give mucin. Next, there are conjugated protein, that protein part, that means globin combined with iron to form chromoprotein. So conjugated protein, protein plus non-protein part, protein plus nucleic acid, it form nucleoprotein. Protein plus non-protein part, phosphoric acid, it form phosphoprotein. Protein plus non-protein part here, mucopolysaccharide mucin. Globin, it is a protein combined with iron to form chromoprotein. Third category are known as the protein derivatives. When protein has been broken, we get peptide chain like peptone and protease. These are known as protein derivatives. It is a part or component or derived from protein, would be peptone and protease. Break down big protein molecules. Let's see the function of proteins. Now we have many proteins classified on this basis. First category, structural proteins. These proteins have help for the formation of some structure. These proteins help for formation of structure of proteins. For example, collagen and elastin, they help in the formation of fibrous tissue. They comes under structural protein. Second category, storage protein. Albumin, which is presented in egg called ovoalbumin. Actually, it is a reserved food material in the egg for developing embryo. So, storage protein can be albumin. Most of the enzymes are proteins. Most of the enzymes are protein, example amylase. So structural protein, example collagen and elastin, used for the formation of fibrous tissue. Keratin, it is found in skin, feathers, nail and horn. Collagen, elastin, keratin, these are the protein comes under structural protein. Then albumin comes under storage proteins. Enzyme, most of the enzyme are proteins, example amylase. Hormones. All hormones are not protein, but they are certain hormones which are purely protein, or there can be conjugated protein. For example, we take insulin. Insulin is a protein which acts as a hormone. Next one is immunoglobulin, where the protein help us getting immunity. So those are called immunoglobulin. They help in providing immunity. We will write Ig only. Then clotting protein, the protein which help in blood clotting, example fibrinogen and prothrombin. Proteins help in various other activities like carrier. if sudden substances are transported across plasma membrane and the protein just helping it to move or cross that membrane, then we would call them carrier protein. For example, plasma membrane, there are the channel protein, aquaporin, they are carrier protein. Second one is contractile protein like actin and myosin, which are presented in muscles and help in muscle contraction. Next one is conjugated protein, help in transport of gases. Example, hemoglobin, it transport oxygen and carbon dioxide. Then glycoprotein, it is found in plasma membrane, it help for cell identification. These are the important functions of proteins. Notes format of protein. Thanks for watching.